cereal.
Well, no.
I,
First off, how are you
and
getting
so
a
then once you're
powder
in the
into?
bucket, you then pour a bunch of water in, and then that's where you put the ketchup in there. You put the ketchup. You put a whole layer, like top the whole thing. Make sure it's all ketchup. Then you put it in the freezer. You freeze it at negative, let's say
Bro,
200 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. Then you take it out, and usually the ketchup will be rock solid. So what you do is you take a hammer, you destroy the top layer, and yeah, basically, then you have these chunky ketchup bits with your cereal. That
So
is,
my first
I don't know.
issue. So my first issue. My first issue with that, besides the obvious, is that how are you putting a powder into a syringe? I don't even care about anything else. That's just not possible, my
we
brother.
live in
Bruh.
2023. There's
Look,
probably some way.
I don't
You
know
take
how
the
many
top.
racial groups Jacob offended.
Probably all of them, but like, okay, so the powder cereal, and then you said that you inject the powder into the other cereal.
Yeah. And if you want, you could take a tortilla and you can just take it with your hand and just grab a bunch of it, like go into the concoction itself, grab it, and then you could like fold it into like a dumpling or something. I don't know how it would work exactly.
Fold a
but-
tortilla
Into a
dumpling.
dumpling. Aw.
You just
Yeah, you could do that,
offended,
right?
you just offended Brian. Holy shit!
That one felt personal.
Oh my god.
Okay, so pretty much what you're doing is you're taking a powder, you're just tossing it with the whole cereal of the other brand, and then you're just covering it in ketchup within a container, freezing said container at very low temperature, taking it out, breaking it into chunks, and then just putting it in between some sort of type of bread.
You don't have to do like any the bread thing. Like you can just, grab a. If you want, you know, like those giant serving like spatulas or whatever they want. You
Yeah,
can just use
yeah.
that for the food.
Now,
Mm,
to get the
mm.
powder into the syringe, if you take off that plunger caps thing, I'm sure you could pour the powder in.
Yeah, but like,
Getting it
you,
out of the syringe.
yeah, but you
doesn't
can't
make
push it
sense.
out. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense because, like,
Is this not a powdered ketchup ravioli?
I mean,
That is kind of what it sounds like.
I mean, it just sounds like the world's most cursed, like,
Wait, no, it's a
fucking
calzone!
filling.
It's a calzone!
It's a